Hi, it's Cetra, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a protection pot with your mortar and pestle, also known as a cauldron, just depending on what you want to call it. I like to call it a mortar and pestle because that's what it is. So today I'm doing one for protection, to amplify my space, and also I'm just burning it as a thank you to my warrior goddess, Oya. Oya is the mother of the winds, the sky, the tornadoes, tornadoes, thunder, lightning, anything that has to do with the ether and the sky and the winds, that's Oya, right? She's also a fierce warrior, fierce battler. That's what she does. That's why she's harnesses such heavy magnetic earth energy through the winds, because she's ready. She's about it, all right? She gonna step on it, so you gotta be careful, because if you encounter a daughter of Oya and you do her dirty in any way, shape, or form, baby, Oya will be on your back real quick. And her husband, Shango, he's even worse. So you don't even want those problems, all right? Unfortunately, for whoever wanted those problems with me, they got it. She did what she had to do. And now I'm burning something as a thank you, and also to cleanse, replenish, and refresh. If I'm an air sign, right? I'm a Gemini. So if you're an air sign, working with not fire, working with air, as in smoke, burning things, saging, all those, that would work really, really well for you, because it's the element of air. And candles also. I know you would think that candles are just fire, but they're fire and air, because air fuels the flames, So I already put the red sandalwood in here. So when you're making a simmer pot, you want to have your intention, just like anything else magic. You want to keep your intention and hold it while you're doing it. So my intention is to purify, amplify, and give gratitude. So I'm doing that by using red sandalwood, which I already have in here. Let me show you what red sandalwood. This is red sandalwood, and it's really, really good for protection, like great for protection, but also really, really good for love, great for love. It's red, right? It's good for love, and it's wood. So wood, trees. Do you call trees wood? It's wood. It's wood. It's a tree, okay? And trees are, next to mountains, one of the strongest earth energies, earth elements, trees and mountains, right? So red sandalwood for protection. And then I have jasmine flower. And the jasmine flower is for lunar magic, right? And it also deepens your sense of, it deepens your connection to your inner self. And your goddess is your inner self, right? Or whatever you work with or worship or whatever you do, it is ultimately your inner self. As above, so below, as within, so without. So whatever you do, you always want to, stop. So whatever you do, you always want to add a hint of amplifying your inner knowing and your inner self. So that's what the jasmine is for. So whenever you're doing any of this, right? So you're gonna be burning a coal. You don't want to touch the coal. The coal's hot, right? So you have tongs or whatever you can use to grab it. And then you have a spoon to be able to actually dig your stuff out. You put more of what you want more out of. So I didn't put that much red sandalwood because I'm not doing love magic right now. I'm just doing protection. So I put a hint of that. But I do want to connect with my deeper knowing a little more. So I'm gonna put a full spoonful. See that? Full spoonful of the jasmine in here, while holding that intention of what I'm doing this for in my mind. And speaking it out loud. It just depends. Some people can do their mind, but there's a lot of mind chatter, meaning a lot of things that kind of bump into your mind while you're trying to think one thing specifically. So that's why speaking it out loud works better for some people. For me, speaking it out loud works better, or it doesn't work better, but I've been recently doing it, speaking it out loud, because I do have a lot of strength in my voice, and I just recently cleared a lot of blockages from my voice. So I've been trying to work with my voice more, because I know a lot of my strength comes from my voice. And then the last one, this one is a bit advanced, and I must admit, this is my first time going to be working with cacao, but cacao is the purest form of chocolate. Also, the other stuff, but I digress. Purest form of chocolate. cacao. It's really, really, really good for you. Like inside, it's got great medicinal purposes. It's good for your brain functioning. It balances out. It's also a hallucinogenic, by the way. There are shamans that have whole retreats and whole sessions dedicated to drinking cacao and going through a shamanic journey with the cacao. I mean, who doesn't want to drink pure chocolate, you know, pure hot chocolate? That sounds delicious. But the shop that I get my herbs from, these herbs are not for ingestion. They're not recommended for you to, you know, eat or drink or infuse anything with, because they haven't been cleared by the FDA and they haven't been properly processed for that. So these are just for spell workings, not for inner workings. So I'm gonna take 1 cacao. Feel free to like look at your stuff and see which one you want to use. Don't just grab something. Study what you're using. Look at it, feel it, understand it, and then know. Sometimes, stop it. Sometimes, sorry guys, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes they tell you to use your left hand, right? Because your left hand, or unless you're left-handed, but most people aren't. So sometimes they tell you to use your left hand because your left hand kind of disconnects you from your consciousness, and it works through your unconscious with your left hand. So you pick it with your left hand, and then you know exactly which one is right because your subconscious picked it for you. I'm past that. I don't need to use my left hand. I know which one I want, so I picked it. So you drop it in there, right? I don't know how to edit stuff out, so y'all just saw everything. Sorry. Yeah, I hit my dog. It is what it is. So here it is, and then you're just gonna grind it. You see? You're gonna grind it like that. This is so ghetto, but I'm not editing. If I decide to edit, then I'm never gonna post it. So I'm not editing. You see whatever you see. It's real. I'm a real person living a real life, whatever. So I'm just gonna grind it. Grind it, grind it, grind it. You see how he stopped barking though, right? Yeah, so don't, I don't want anybody, I don't hear nothing about me hitting my dog. He's my dog. And sometimes he get hit, all right? So, circling, and you're just, you don't need to, unless it's like something really intense, you don't need to smash or anything. Just go around, because this is what a mortar and pestle is for. It's supposed to grind things. So you just go in a circular motion. And you're going in a circular motion, amplifying the energy, because the world, the universe works in circles. Everything is a cycle. Everything is synchronicity. You're not going to see like straight lines or angles in nature. That doesn't happen. Everything's rounded and everything's circular. So even the motion of going in a circle, you're revving up the magic to happen. So just, ooh, if it falls out, leave it. But I'm going to slide it because I don't want Zeus to eat it. Okay. So, grind it. Mine isn't too finely ground because I like to finely grind my things if I'm making a potion or something with it, then I'll finely grind it, and then because it needs to be put in a potion bottle. But I'm just burning it, so I'm not gonna grind it too much because you kind of want it to be a little chunky so that there's something to burn. Crush up cacao a little bit. There we go. And then, now that it's nice and crushed, like that, you just kind of want to sparsely spread it out just a tad bit. And I'm also going to be using Florida water. I'm going to douse a little bit of Florida water in there, just like a little bit, right? Magic is messy, guys. You're going to spill some shit. Some shit's going to light on fire. It's not going to be like, I just spilled this Florida water, whatever. It's not gonna be clean, okay? You can clean it up after you're done doing what you have to do. Now, I already pre-lit this because I don't want you guys to sit here while this thing has to like burn and everything, but before you start using the hot coal, it has to burn almost completely. Some people leave it for it to completely burn. It'll burn regardless, and I'm not that patient because it takes about 30 minutes to burn like this to begin with. So then you just grab it, use tongs, okay? Don't just grab it. And then whatever you're burning it on, it's gonna be super hot after. So don't touch that either until it cools down. So you use that, and then you drop it in. Just like that. And then you can already see, or I can already see, that was anticlimactic. There you go. It's gonna start smoking. Sometimes you have to like mix it around, let it like get the extra dust off. Then it starts. And you just throw the herbs on top of it, but careful to not smother it, right? Because if you smother it, then it goes away. The fire goes out. So take a look. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. Yep, you can see. That's what it looks like. So I'm gonna leave this to burn for however long. I'll let it burn out, or you can put it out yourself by smothering it, but I'm just gonna let it burn out on its own. And it's not as intense as I would like it to be right now, but I guess because it didn't fully burn, like the whole back is not burned. But you get the point. You see it's smoking. Twist it, turn it, play with it, bop it, whatever, and just let it do its thing, okay? Now, the air is going to be amplified and energized. So the scientific reasoning behind this, right? Because I don't know about you, but I like to know the science and the magic behind this kind of stuff. And the science is smoke literally purifies air. So smoke has neutral ions in it. And the air has negative and positive ions in it. When the smoke touches the negative ions, it neutralizes it. And when it touches the positive ions, it amplifies it. So it's literally clearing out the negative, neutralizing the negative in the air, and amplifying the positive. And I think this just wants me to interact with it. You know, it is magic. It has to have its own sense of itself. It wants you to do something, it'll tell you. You see how the more I actually interact with it, the more the flames come, and when I kind of leave it alone, it just dies out. So this one wants me to interact with it. That's another thing that you have to pay attention to. Your spells will start telling you what they want you to do. You just have to be aware enough and pay attention enough to see that it's trying to tell you something. So now it's up and running. The engine has been revved, now it's going. And I'm just gonna let it all burn all the way through. And after I'm done with this, I just return everything to the earth and just throw it outside. Throw the ashes outside. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and everything is reset after that. And while this is burning, you can go about your day. I'm about to take an everything shower, do a facial, watch some TV, relax while this is burning. And then I'm also gonna burn a little rosemary sage, just because I've been doing a lot of fighting off, like I've been fighting in a lot of spiritual battles in my sleep lately. So every time I wake up from a spiritual battle, I make sure I cleanse my space. Well, first I give gratitude to my warrior goddess who is making sure I'm safe. Then I cleanse and sage and burn and everything after that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But I thought I would just come on here and show you guys so you can do it too. Until next time, have a great day. And remember, I know you can do it because I can do it. Bye.